again, Kat Rambo here, your medicine woman, and today I'm super excited to talk to you guys about visualization. Stay with me here. It is an often misunderstood and underappreciated part of any type of practice, mindfulness, manifestation, mysticism, whatever you're into. It can help amplify and your practices and tap into that superpower that you have latent inside of you. Stick with me, and at the end I'm going to give you guys some practices for you to try out for yourself. So visualization taps into the subconscious mind, the part of the mind with the pictures, the part of the mind with the stories, with the beliefs, with the identity, right? And so this is why our mind speaks to us in forms of pictures. This is why a picture is worth 1,000 words, because an image has so much power, right? So this is our superpower, and we're often told to, that's right, shut it down. Stop daydreaming, don't do that in class, or, oh, that's just a dream, don't worry about that. But did you know that there's great wisdom in your dreams, and you can actually create a scenario where your dreams can give you information? More than that, when you're awake, whether you're in a meditative state or not, a visualization can give you access to that part of your mind that creates automatic processes. For example, you know that you want to make more money and you want a job that pays you better, and you're looking around for a job and you meet someone, and somehow just intuitively you know to ask them, hey, do you have what I'm looking for? What if you don't intuitively ask them that question? What if somehow on that street you turned left instead of right because that was the plan and you didn't feel any one kind of way about it or another? Your mind is not programming you to drive you towards your goals. Wouldn't it be sweet if your mind automatically drove you towards what you really wanted? It does all the time through the images that we feed it, all the time. We do this with, you got it, daydreams. Daydreams and constructive visualization practices. This is why a lot of manifestation practices include holding an image of what you want in your mind. So I'm going to give you guys the up level to these types of practices, okay? So visualization happens in all kinds of spheres. Again, manifestation, right? We use them in different types of magic practices and ritual. You want to visualize this element, or you want to visualize embodying this spirit animal, whatever you're into. You want to visualize what it means when you're calling in a direction, a cardinal direction, okay? You want to visualize the face of Jesus in front of you when you're making your prayers, or you're doing your Hail Marys. You want to visualize, Mary in front of you and you're addressing Mary, right? So whatever it is that you're into doesn't matter. We use these in our prayers. We use them in our life. We also use them unconsciously all the time in the form of anxiety, right? So we start visualizing what would happen if, the plane crashed, or what would happen if a meteor struck the earth tomorrow, or what would happen if my boss called and told me he didn't give me that day off I thought I had. There's all kinds of ways that we use visualization, and our mind is using it for us. How do we get intentional about it and focus on getting what we want in our life? So this is what I want to give you guys. Remember, the mind cannot distinguish between the external reality and the reality internally which it perceives, right? So these are both equally valid as true. This is why this works with manifestation practices, because if the mind thinks it has already achieved something, then it's already achieved it. There's no obstacle in overcoming and achieving that which is already done. So this is why visualizing what it is that you want is very powerful. It helps you magnetize yourself towards your goals, right? You can intuitively know to ask that question, or randomly turn left instead of right, or show up at wherever, a certain party that maybe you didn't think you were going to go to, which turned into a networking event for you. Now, there's all kinds of things, and it is not wrong to want what you want. Remember that, right? I'm often asked, but Kat, you're so spiritual, you're like a priest, is it wrong that... Pause. I would love a boat big enough to land my helicopter on it. This is your dream. This is your life, and it is up to you to decide how you want to live it, right? Millions are spent in philanthropy around the world every year. Does that make money inherently evil? No, it's a beautiful power, a force for good. When you have more, you can give more. I dare you to think of 5 things that you would do if you had $1 million. Go right now. Or unlimited money. What's the first 5 things you can do with it? Maybe you win the lottery. Maybe you just suddenly notice that a magic has occurred and you have unlimited resources. What would you do with it? Oh, wait. I guarantee you that at least 3 out of those top 5 are going to be for someone else anyway. How is that wrong? It's not. If you're a rude person broke, you'll be a rude person when you're rich. It doesn't change anything. If you're a kind, generous, loving person when you're broke, you'll be a kind, generous, loving person when you're rich. Money does not change people. Money amplifies who you really are, right? So tap into those internal resources that make you who you really are. This is also the part of your mind where your beliefs and your identity live, which means you can change something about yourself. Do you feel like you have a block somewhere in your life that you can't achieve something, that maybe love is difficult and relationships are a struggle and you always end up in that one crappy scenario? You can change that. There's something in your beliefs and identity which is reinforcing this pattern. Yes, we all see those red flags. Your subconscious mind sees it all. Man, it'll choose them because that's what's in the belief system. Your subconscious mind does not know good from bad, right from wrong. All it knows is what you tell it. It's like a computer. You put it in there and that's what's in there. So let's change your programming. You can do that with visualization. So I'm going to give you guys some exercises. One, I love to use visualization for healing work, for energy work, for all types of exercises related to the body or the mind, because it's fun, right? And remember that whether you see it or do not see it, it is enough to know it is there. Maybe you can hear it somehow. Maybe you can experience it in some other way. Maybe you feel that subtle buzzing vibration, and that's enough. Maybe you just know it, and this is all good enough. There are many different forms of accessing extra senses, right? And it doesn't have to be through the visual. However, I do encourage you to see if you can practice visualization. You may also find that you dream more often, or you remember your dreams more often when you practice exercises like this. So because your mind cannot distinguish what is real and what is inside real, what's in your visualization in your mind thinks that what's happening is what you're visualizing is happening, which is an amazing superpower. This is how placebos work. The mind overpowers the nature of reality to create an outcome that you want. Isn't that amazing? You have this gift already inside you, waiting to emerge. So I like to use this for healing practices. So you can envision light moving from your hands around your body. You can envision God coming down, or angels, and bringing light to you. Wherever source, energy, light, the force, chi comes from, it's completely up to you. It does not matter to me one way or another, so long as it makes you happy and feels right to you. Don't force yourself into a tradition that doesn't feel good. Follow something that feels fun for you, because that's how you know it's in alignment with your current belief structure. This is beautiful, right? So if in your prayers and you want to think about healing your body, a beautiful Qigong exercise that I love as a traditional Chinese practice is to put your hands on each of your organs in the morning and visualize the organ filling with light and telling it, good morning, I love you. Thank you for always working for me, and I never even have to think about it. Thank you, heart, for beating, and I never even have to think about what it is that you're doing. Thank you, lungs, for breathing, and I barely even consider you. Thank you, liver, for always doing the hard work for me. So just visualize the organs filling with light, and that the light is healing, and it comes from whatever source is that is right for you. Spirit, God, doesn't matter, right? Angels, life force, chi, I don't know. In the Qigong practices, it's chi, right? The Tao, it's the force that flows through all things, whatever you're into. Another exercise that I really enjoy for healing is a lot of times healers and practitioners come to train with me or work with me, and they want to ask about protection. Right? Love that one, protection. So first, if you are an extension of Source, then can God be attacked? Can Spirit be attacked? What do you need protection from? In a space of non-judgment, how can there be good and bad? It doesn't exist. So when you're doing your protection rituals, which are really healthy if you're first starting out, they're really constructive to help you differentiate your energy from someone else's. If you're in a toxic home environment, for example, it can really help you feel like you're being guarded from the negative energies that surround you. These are really helpful practices. As my practitioners evolve in their practice, they move past healing or protection spells and protection magic and visualizations. I highly recommend one that reminds you that as an extension of Source, God cannot be attacked. There is no danger to spirit of attack, right? Which means that rather than protection, let's focus on transmutation. So I'm going to give you level 1 and level 2 of the bubble exercise. I love it. So first is you want to envision where in your body that energy comes from. Most of us, God speaks to us in our heart. So the heart center here is also where we put our hands to pray, and we're calling attention to that part of our body when we touch it, right? So this is where we experience a lot of our emotions. A lot of people experience intuition here. For some, it's here, it's gut feelings. For some, it's here, it's just a knowing. It's whatever it is for you, okay? Whatever it is for you. If you do a lot of Kriya breath exercises, maybe you feel like the Kundalini in your root, or maybe you have that clarity that comes out of your crown. Whatever it is, it's up for you. So start there. For beginners especially, I like to start with heart. So you can start with heart space and envision a little bubble of light, a little ball of light. So you can inhale See the bubble gets brighter, and then exhale and see it grow. And inhale, see it get brighter, and exhale, see it grow. And inhale, see it get brighter, and exhale. You get the idea. So you want it to surround you. You want it to surround you. Maybe it surrounds your home. Maybe it surrounds you and your client. Maybe it surrounds your planet. It's completely up to you. Maybe it surrounds your whole cosmos. Whatever it is that works for you, whatever feels right at the time, depending on what you're doing, okay? So the idea is when something hits that bubble, it'll bounce off. Isn't that a nice thing? You can see a dark green cloud of evil come and bounce away off your bubble, right? Well, what happens a lot of times with these exercises, we'll meet an asshole. We'll meet someone who's not very nice. I'm like, oh, my bubble's not working. It's gone. It's shattered. It's broken, right? What if we think of transmutation instead? So with your bubble up, instead of something bouncing off of it, remember that love is the infinite power for change, right? And if source is love, and love is about change, we can transmute that energy. So envision something coming, and the way that I like to see it, the way a sugar cube or salt will dissolve in tea, right? And it sort of changes. Matter cannot be created nor destroyed, but it can, or energy cannot be created nor destroyed, but it can be changed. So we're going to change that energy, and that is your power. That is your right. So we do this all the time anyway. Whenever we walk in a room, we change the whole mood of the space with our mood, right? We're going to do that here. We're going to leverage that power. You're doing it anyway. Do it consciously. So when something hits your bubble, whatever it is that feels right for you, and this can always change, you want to see that energy transmute. So I have a client, I love her, she cracks me up. I never expected this to come from her. She seems like a little butch, right? You know, but she says, when I saw this like evil looking cloud coming, it transmuted into glitter. And it turned into glitter in her space, which I think is great. For some, something will come, a cloud or an energy or a ball of angry light, and it'll turn into, or a ball of darkness, and it'll turn into raindrops, because she loves the raindrops and the way that the rain is cleansing. So whatever it is that feels right for you, again, it's totally personal, and let it evolve all the time. Always give yourself permission to change. So with this exercise, you're acknowledging that you cannot be attacked. And if something comes inside your bubble that's distressing, maybe a mean person, right? Maybe a sorry event, these things, life happens. Then you know that the longer it spends in your bubble, the closer it will be aligned with love, and that everything is changing, vibrating, and evolving all around you. And this is a wonderful thing to be with, right? So you can do this with your eyes open. I do it sitting in the car, driving in traffic. I see my little bubble around me in my car, driving in the traffic, right? Or maybe you're talking to someone, or you're talking to your boss, and you really just want to fill the situation with love. You can see that bubble just every time you take a breath. No one even has to know what you're doing, but you will, and this will be enough. Your mind inside the eye inside your mind will know, and this is what is important, right? We all daydream while we're talking to someone. You know how to do it. You know what I'm talking about. So this is a really cool visualization exercise, because it gives your mind something to focus on, especially for those of us who are especially gifted, like with ADHD and etc., and where our mind is always doing something. Anyway, get it doing something here. Get it doing something helpful and useful for you. This visualization exercise is fun, cool, and easy. Can be done at any time, anywhere, and bring a little bit of light and love in your life, and can help your mind focus on something. If it's got to be focused on the background noise, give this its background noise. Great. Another visualization that I like, this is episode 3, right? Attempt number 3, to bring visualization into your life. This gift is really about manifestation. I love it. It's about making a change in a current scenario. Maybe it's love, maybe it's money, maybe it's family, maybe it's health, maybe it's who knows. It's whatever it is for you. Maybe it's a new car. That's okay. Whatever you want, it's what you want. It's your dream. Dream it up. So I like to use visualization in a few ways. If you want something, I had a client who wanted patio furniture, right? So I said, great, love patio furniture. I said, why? Why do you love patio furniture? She says, because I just want to sit on my patio, and I love to sit out there, and I love to watch the traffic, and I love to watch the things going on in the street. And I just want to feel comfortable. I want to feel comfortable, and I want to feel like my life is abundant, and I think this thing would help me feel that way. So I said, oh, awesome, comfortable, abundant, excited. These are great emotions. Let's focus on those emotions. So I told her, go out there and take away all her patio furniture. Create space. Draw a spot on the ground where it belongs and sit there. Take a little chair out there and sit, and close your eyes and visualize in that space the patio furniture of your dreams and how it makes you feel. Oh, it feels luxurious. Yes, that's great. Oh, it feels abundant. I can have anything in my life. Yes. Oh, it feels relaxing, because this is where I like to hang out after a long day. Awesome. And focus on those emotions. when you bring those emotions up, that's the quality of your experience. And you want to qualify your experience often, especially with manifestation. Sometimes we forget that quality. Do you want $1 million? You want to slave away for it and suffer and be miserable? Or do you want $1 million? You want it to be easy, graceful, fun, and have a good time? Yes, of course. So qualify that experience. Oh, this feels luxurious. This feels abundant. This feels easy and nice. Sure enough, a week later, a neighbor called, hey, I'm moving out. I got all this patio furniture. You want it? Brand new. Way nicer than she would have bought. Just her style. Perfect, right? So you can call that into your life by making space and seeing it as true. There are also all kinds of more complex visualizations, exercises that I'll work with my clients that are all about creating a change in other areas of their life, like love or whatever. But remember, the longer daydreaming isn't necessarily always constructive, but remember that the longer you hold an image in your mind's eye, the more likely it is to appear in the material reality. So when you are so focused, and this is a lot of big success stories and a lot of big winners of races and Olympic champions and all of this, they'll say the same thing. Oh, what's it feel like to win? I've won 1,000,000 times in my own mind. I already knew. No surprise, no whatever. It's already been done so many times. The mind just accepted it as truth and did it because it's already been done, right? So when you visualize something that you want, it's helpful to visualize your current scenario, not for long, maybe 30 seconds, and then move to your future scenario, the one that you want, see how that evolves. And sometimes your visualization can feed you back clues on how to get there. The face of a person you should talk to, or a name you should call, right? Or maybe the name of a business you should reach out to. So try that where you enter into the visualization. You can see it, what is helpful. We often feel disconnected with what we really want. That's why we don't have it, right? It's like a faraway reality. So visualize it as though it's on like a movie screen. And then you can climb into the movie screen and be the version of yourself that's already having this dream reality. So when you're in that dream reality, you want to close your eyes and be with it as long as you feel like being with it. Be with it. Notice how you walk. What's your posture like? Well, with $1 zillion, I'd probably stand up a little taller, probably wearing much finer clothes. Oh, that would be nice. What will the clothes feel like on your skin? Ooh, bet you're wearing expensive perfume. What does that smell like? Love it. So just be with the whole experience. How do people talk to you? How do you speak to others? What are you capable of giving? How are you capable of loving differently now that you're in this scenario? What does it feel like? Do you feel confident? Do you feel proud? Do you feel good? Do you feel capable? Do you feel the ineptitude of poverty falling away? Do you feel like the joy of being able to do whatever you want when you want? Freedom. I love it. So be connected to those emotions and get sensory about it. Very sensual, right? The clothes on the skin, the smell of the perfume, the posture, right? And then know that you know that you know. When you open your eyes, it is done. You are stepping into the reality that you visualized. Whether or not you see it or do not see it, yet it does not matter. It is enough to know it is there. And when you follow this, you will have what it is that you dream. You will have what you desire because your mind becomes programmed to automatically adjust your life, your course, and your decisions based on what it knows, way more than we think we know, way more. What it knows will get you there because you should have your dream life. Visualization can help you get there, whether it's for health or whether it's for money or whether it's for love, whether it's for changing your mind about something, whether it's better communication. You can visualize all kinds of interesting things to get you in a wonderful space. I love visualizations for my microdosing or ceremony clients too, because it gives the mind something to focus on. You can create your new reality somehow with a visualization that makes sense for you and that feels good. So come up with your own visualization. Remember, when you're doing a visualization, you want to feel it. It needs to feel good. Try not to visualize something that you don't want. That's called anxiety. I don't want to be broke, so I'm going to visualize being broke. Don't do that for long, okay? Immediately move to the vision of absolute outrageous wealth. Why not, right? Or something that feels attainable. What about just meeting your bills every month? Like, that's a good start for a lot of us, right? So visualize that and be with that and know that it is done. But remember to be with how it feels. Visualizations are really constructive when we pair the mind with the emotion. Right? With the emotion. The emotion is what moves what's in your mind into the spirit dimension. This is how you create action even outside of time and space. And this action can actually give you a lot of benefit, can help hack your reality. Isn't that what we all really want? Magic to help us hack our reality. You have it in you already. Send me a message, leave me a comment. Let me know if you like these types of methods. Let me know if you're interested in visualization. On my Facebook group, I'll put a comment in the description, right, where you can click on it if you want to go check that out. Often talk about magic tools like this. I would love for you guys to be living your best life ever. You can have everything you want in your life, and you ought to. It's your dream. Dream it up. I love you guys. I'll see you soon, hopefully. Leave me a comment and tell me, do you have a visualization exercise? Do you want one? Do you want one that goes with something specific? Send me a message. Are you creating one right now, and is your wheels turning while you're thinking about it? That would be cool, right? So leave me a message and tell me what's working for you, what's not working for you. I love to hear your stories, and you know I always respond to your comments. So leave me one, right? Remember to hit like, subscribe, all that good stuff, so you can keep abreast of some more information related to your personal magic. Love it, guys. See you soon.